Hey up guys, decided on a proper Yorkshire entry. Don't know if I'll stick with it. I'm not quite finished yet, but I'm quite proud of myself. Thought I'd offer a video out for a bit of positive reinforcement. Managed to get down here nice and early, and before the sun came up and get some work done in the polytunnel. I'm recording this, I'm not quite finished. I'm recording this now though because the sun has just come out again. Lovely, glorious day again. I'm not going to point you up there because that's where the sun is. Yeah, I'm quite proud of what I've done. I don't know if what I've done is right, some of it anyway, but I had to get it done, and now seemed as good a time as any. So you notice here, this is where my ridge variety, they were simply called ridge variety cucumbers were. You know what, I said in my last video about the Tamara cucumber, if it bore fruit, I'd love to taste one. But other than that, I'm going to just try and perpetuate it for seed for next year. It bore fruit, it's got 3 or 4 on it, I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to try and keep it healthy, keep it fed up. Sorry, I'll keep coming outside to talk because it's really getting warm in there, the temperature's rocketing up. And you know what, I took one off this morning that was ready for eating, and it was one of them. I took one bite and I knew straight away that there was just no comparison. It's as for something as simple as a cucumber, it'll blow you away. I'll save as many seeds as I can. I actually ordered them 2 years ago from Real Seed, and they get on average only about 20 packets of seeds a year. It's a real rare variety, so I'll get as many seeds saved as I can off that. And if you drop me a message, I'll try and remember to get some sent out to you. But if you do get them, please do plant them on. Please look after them. It's not an F1 variety. It is male and female. It does require pollination. It does require you take the male flowers off. Otherwise the fruit goes bitter. So it requires a bit of work. It's a real old school, real classic variety of cucumber. It normally grows a lot bigger than that, but I'm just trying to keep it small and healthy, although it looks a bit sorry for itself at the moment, but the sun has literally just hit it and given it a right pounding. And I've kind of just pruned it a little bit, and I don't know how it's going to take to be wound round those canes. I'm running a risk, I know, but I'll put my hand in my pocket next year if it dies, and I will get more seeds of this. I've decided if I grow cucumbers next year, it's definitely going to be Tamara again. I hope, like I say, I get some seeds and some of you guys get to taste it, and there's no contest. Mike and Tom, when you guys come down, and Tom especially because I know you still work in the kitchens, when you guys come down on August 20th, hopefully there'll be one on there for tasting. And from a chef's point of view, all 3 of us are or have been chefs. You'll know what I'm on about straight away. But yeah, I ripped all these out this morning. I've left the cucamelons because I'd like to try one. You know, I bought the seeds. Peppers, I've had a bit of a sort out. I've tried and tasted. You see, they're sort of scattered about a bit. That one is a bell pepper. You just have to wait for them to ripen, but once they ripen, oh my word, it's like it almost tastes like honey. It's so sweet. But it's a little bit I've got a feeling the pot might be a little bit small because the fruit ain't getting that big. But then the second generation of fruit, hopefully if they fatten, if they rounden, I don't even know if that's a word, like that guy, like this little guy under here has, once they turn red, oh my god, I've never tasted a pepper like it. I failed on all my sweet peppers last year, and let's say this is the first year where I've actually had to taste some, and Jesus, I mean, I keep rattling on, but homegrown, it's completely different. I seem to have a lot of these guys in here. I don't know if you can actually see it. Little hoverfly, well happy. They seem to be living in here and not dying, because I keep forgetting to leave the door open. So they're pretty much my sole pollinators, but they've done wonders for me gherkins. There is a lot of ones that have shriveled up and died. They were unfertilized probably, or the plant just got very dry, because when I came, that's why my lines have gone like slack. When I came last night to water, this was really looking very sorry for itself. I grabbed my soil probe and probed my soil, and it was all sort of on the dry side of moist. A lot of people don't like that word, I do. It was on the dry side of moist, so I'm watering all these beds back up. I've been watering them daily, but it would appear as though I've not been watering them with enough. I've been doing one of those, which is a 10-litre can per half a trough. These troughs are approximately, not my 6 foot, they're approximately somewhere between 8 to 10 feet long, each half, each section. So I've been sort of classing it as sort of a litre per section, and I don't think that was anywhere near enough. The chilies quite like it, but that was always why I segregated the chilies, because I know that they like it quite dry. Their roots like to breathe. Word on the Sugar Rush again, the Sugar Rush Peach. I'll try and remember to do another video when I get home. The ones in the soil here are, you know, by far and away 50 times happier. 50, 60. The one at home, every time I water it, it flops over. And whether it's bone dry, whether it's moist, whether I'm over watering, it really doesn't matter. It flops over and it looks like it's hanging on for dear life. This one's producing a lot more fruit, a lot more flowers. It's a lot bushier. It's a lot stronger. The jalapenos and everything like that seem really happy in pots, but these Sugar Rush seem so much happier in the soil. In fact, the jalapenos in pots are a lot happier than the jalapenos in the soil. So I don't know whether it's a pH thing. It'd be interesting to see actually where the Sugar Rush Peach kind of originates from. I appreciate it's probably a massive hybrid, but maybe it's a humid environment pepper. I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. I might contact Fatali Seeds. I think he sells them, and see if he's willing to, because obviously I didn't buy the seeds from him, see if he's willing to shed a little light on why that might be happening, to have a great success next year, provided actually I get to harvest some seeds. I have managed to isolate some, and I have got some that have fruited in isolation, so I just need to mark those up and remember to get the seeds from them. I've not even tasted one yet. I'm just perpetuating, or I'm trying to perpetuate, a seed that is uncommon in this country. I've got a whole lot. Actually, I'll before I get to that, my grapevine has had one hell of a haircut. Old Google told me that it was okay to prune it now. It's had one hell of a prune, but I only want a single vine to sort of go along there, because I'm going to have to perpetuate 2 plants. So the kiwi that's down there might come out, or I might just use that corner down there, and I'm going to have to trail one opposite, because I think it needs a partner for fertilisation. But I'm going to try and perpetuate a whole load more cuttings. I mean, I've got, you know, loads of potential cutting material here, absolutely loads. Sorry, I didn't realise I wasn't showing you guys. So with any luck, I'll have maybe another 10, 15, even 20 grapevines. So I'll be selling those or giving those away to friends, family, anybody who wants one. Send me a message. I'll try and figure a way of getting one out to you, even if I have to be cheeky and message you, say, look, you guys pay for postage or refund me postage, and I'll get one out to you. But obviously I'm going to make sure they take first. I'm not going to send you a twig in a bit of dirt and go, ah, well, if it didn't take, it's tough titties. I'm not like that. So, you know, 4 or 5 months, and we'll know by sort of September or October time whether they've taken, and I'll know how many plants I've got to give away next year. I want to try and get some more on the site. I want some other people to have some on the site, because I'm selfish. I want pollination, and I think it's something that not a lot of people know that you can grow. And the amount of new faces that I've got down here now, there's been a recent big push by the council to try and get all the vacant plots taken, and yes, all right, about 50% you do find will come, they'll make a, they'll go, oh yeah, I'll take that. They put the spade in the soil and go, holy crap, that's hard work, and they soon give up. It happens a lot. I think there was times last year, especially when I had the operation on my back, that I wasn't going to be back this year. And there's been times this year where I've thought, I'm not coming back next year. You see this one, the council refusing to acknowledge that person's given up. I've spoken to that person, and they're going to try and remember to put it in writing to the council. One thing I will say, if you're part of a council allotment association as opposed to a private or what do they call it, committee run, if you're dealing with any public body, be it council for an allotment or something, even your council tax, anything like that, always put it in writing. Never trust a phone call, because I've worked in civil service offices, and you'd be surprised how many times you think you overhear people say, well, that telephone conversation never happened. Because they're overloaded with work, they are civil servants, they are, believe it or not, hard workers, and generally understaffed, underpaid and overworked. So a lot of the stuff, especially on the phone, tends to fall by the wayside because they're just too damn busy. So make their life a little easier. Wing them an email that they can file, and it may not get action straight away, but there's more chance of them getting round to it. Plus, gives you a bit of recourse then, should you need it. Look at my neighbour's leeks, they look awesome. No weeds, no nothing. Oh well. Yeah, cut them some slack. And it gives you a bit of recourse as well, because if it all goes tits up, and you can always turn around and say, well, I emailed you. You've got it in writing, and you can refer to the email. Whether they responded to it or not, as long as you didn't get a failed delivery, they can't really argue. I mean, yes, alright, a verbal contract is now legally binding, but courts generally can't enforce them if it goes that far. I'd hate to think that anything on an allotment goes that far. Anyway, I'm waffling, the heat's getting to me. I've got to get home, so I'm going to have to pretty much call it quits. I wanted to get some seeds in today, but I was going to sow some beetroot, some little gem, and some spring onions for a little bit of late season salad, especially as my tomatoes seem to be taking forever to ripen up, but I'm not bothered. When they look as good as they do, I'm genuinely not bothered. Look at these guys, these are supposed to be little cherries, so I'm just, they look awesome. I'm just hoping I don't bite into one and it's full of water. But we'll see. I don't feed Tomorite because I personally think you can taste Tomorite. Tom and Mick, you guys might be ordering your seeds, but I've got my barrel ready. I just need to drill some holes in it. Should have brought the drill. I didn't think it was going to be ready today. I didn't think I was going to get it emptied, because I've been using it as a water tank in the polytunnel to keep it a little bit humid in there, a little bit moist. Anyway, I'll see you later.